I want to look at the Princess of Wales' hair when she stepped out last week. The Prince and Princess of Wales paid a visit to the Natural History Museum. Before we touch on that, I want to go back to the Mother's Day photo from last year, which caused a brouhaha when it was released. It was an overreaction, but nevertheless, it's what's happened and it's all part of the historical drama. The problem was it should have just been a polished presentation of a photo, maybe one that had been taken at a picnic or something earlier in the year, rather than trying to manage that. But she was unwell, circumstances were what they were. But it erodes trust. That's the problem with these blunders, and it was a big blunder. So let's go back to last week about Catherine's hair. And again, we've got this big brouhaha about her hair. Well, let me tell you, the 20% that don't like it is very loud. It's very vocal. 10% really don't care. They're quite neutral, but 70% of the public liked it. They didn't have a problem with it. But she did make the point of not drawing attention to her wardrobe. She made it known that she didn't want the focus on the wardrobe. So where is all the focus? You've got this hair that was unusually overblown with a new colour, and I don't have an opinion about it. I don't. You can tell. I do not have an opinion about their hair. What I have a problem with is that the issue of statecraft. Now, the monarchy relies on symbolism, and historians and people who study symbols understand that hair means vitality. And it was her crown. She said, don't look at my wardrobe, look at my crown. This was the message. In other words, they're getting ready for their coronation, the Prince and Princess of Wales. This was the message. And we're fine. I'm healthy, I'm back in the game, and the crown is in good hands. That was the message. And we get all caught up in the beauty and the colouring and whatever. That's not what this message was. And I'm not, I think, like Captain Obvious, the monarchy relies on symbolism. So the only problem I had with it last week was the overcorrection. It's the overcorrection that's caused the brouhaha. If it had been a little more seamless, less blown out, less obvious, people would have been fine and they would have gone, aha, we know what's going on here. But it is what it is. But when you have blunders like that, and it wasn't a huge blunder like the Mother's Day photo, but it just erodes trust. But they're my thoughts. Leave yours below.